In a world where there are no rules, the only law that matters is a loaded gun.
Go ahead, make my day.
XKiller. XKiller is a first-person action-adventure game with a story driven by player choice. The game is set in a dystopian alternate reality world in which a decimated humanity struggles to cope with the effects of a massive catastrophe that destroyed the Earth, turning it into a scorched desert. Player takes on the role of Denzel Phoenix, the eponymous XKiller, a bounty hunter in the service of Helion, the ubiquitous corporation headquartered in a massive structure towering over the ruins of New York. In the course of the game, Denzel discovers the truth about himself, and this revelation puts him in the sights of several powerful factions. From this point, a dangerous and difficult game of survival begins.
Bounty hunter killer.
Is a hell of a business.
Who are you?
I am
It's time to go.
Arc 2. Arc 2 thrusts players into a brutal new world of primitive survival against both beast and man, facing down the ever-present threats of hyper-realistic intelligent dinosaurs, aggressive alien fauna, and the exotic environments of an unearthly planet. Survivors will continue Arc's dramatic eons-spanning story of humankind's evolution in this next-generation sandbox survival experience. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl is a next-gen sequel to the award-winning PC game franchise developed by GSC Game World, set to deliver a unique action experience of survival in the post-apocalyptic Chernobyl exclusion zone. Experience one-of-a-kind gameplay featuring the elements of a first-person shooter, immersive sim, and horror. Play a major part in a non-linear story that unfolds in the setting of local post-apocalyptic dark science fiction. Your duty is to decide the fate of the zone.
Help me find the culprit.
And who the fuck are you?
And what do we have a decade later?
You cannot kill God.
Exoborn. Gear up, get in, and get out in Exoborn, a tactical open-world extraction shooter set in an apocalyptic U.S., transformed by extreme forces of nature. Lay it all on the line as you explore a dynamic open world full of warring factions and hostile players, where you scavenge, craft, and fight to stay alive. Ever had a gunfight in a tornado? Get ready for some thrilling and unpredictable emergent gameplay, compliments of Mother Nature. Tornadoes, lightning strikes, and apocalyptic storms can throw you, your enemies, or your plans into disarray.
Extraction inbound. Good to go?
Easy in, easy out.
That's our ride.
What do I think about heroes? Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place,
Fable IV, the new Fable game, looks set to turn us into our very own hero once again. We were shown sword fighting and also fireball magic, in between wafting through taverns, being flitted with, being hated on, and so forth. Slaying legendary beasts is also apparently on the agenda for our hero, along with taking down a giant called Dave, who happily is to be played by Richard Ayoade. Cue slamming of fists and much chaos. Playground is set to continue Fable's tradition as an RPG, and if some subtle hints in the trailer shown at Xbox Game Showcase 2024 hold true, we could be seeing a return to its morality system or something to that end.
One moment. This is awkward.
Yeah. Oh.
Monster Hunter Wilds, a story of monsters and humans in a world with two faces, one in which the lands are harsh and unforgiving, where monsters fight for scant resources, and another in which the lands are vibrant and brimming with life. You play as a professional monster hunter, protecting the balance of the ecosystem and hunting monsters. Use the resources you gain from hunts to craft ever more powerful weapons and armor in your quest to unravel the mysteries of the new lands.
Five long years in the dark of the ground.
Terminator Survivors. Terminator Survivors is set after the first two films of the Terminator franchise, featuring an original story that takes place after Judgment Day and before the rise of John Connor's human resistance. The game is set in an open world and will focus on salvaging supplies and resources to manage and improve a base of operations, while fighting off Skynet's machines and other humans. IT will include single-player and cooperative game modes.
And everywhere our name will be Survivors.
I'll stay with you.
Death Stranding 2. On the beach. Death Stranding 2. On the beach will plunge us back into a strange and unpredictable world beyond the borders of the UCA. Returning protagonist Sam Porter Bridges will be attempting to connect a new population together, all while traversing a world beset by otherworldly enemies, unpredictable conditions, and even more challenging environments. Either way, Death Stranding 2 is one of our most anticipated upcoming games.
This city will bleed you dry.
Vampire: The Masquerade. Bloodlines 2. Fight your way through a modern-day Seattle on the brink of an open war as an elder vampire. Meet the power players, ally yourself, and decide who will rule and what the city will become. Enter the world of darkness and rise through vampire society or rail against it. Experience Seattle, a city full of alluring, dangerous characters and factions, not to mention the mortals at stake in the clash of powers beyond their knowing. In this sequel to the cult classic, your choices, plots, and schemes will determine the balance of power and what becomes of the city and its people.
Here, no one's hands stay clean. I've waited so long to see it again.
That's what I hear. The Empire? They're everywhere. But the world here?
Star Wars Outlaws. Experience the first ever open-world Star Wars trademark game set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Explore distinct locations across the galaxy, both iconic and new. Risk it all as Kay Vess, a scoundrel seeking freedom and the means to start a new life, along with her companion Nyx. Fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates as you join the galaxy's most wanted. Live the high-stakes lifestyle of an outlaw. Turn any situation to your advantage with Nyx by your side. Fight with your blaster, overcome enemies with stealth and gadgets, or find the right moments to distract enemies and gain the upper hand.
The underworld shows no mercy. But it's a big galaxy out there, and I'm gonna risk it all.
Atomfall, a survival action game inspired by real-life events. Atomfall is set 5 years after the Windscale nuclear disaster in northern England. Explore the fictional quarantine zone, scavenge, craft, barter, fight, and talk your way through a British countryside setting filled with bizarre characters, mysticism, cults, and rogue government agencies. Unravel a tapestry of interwoven narratives through exploration, conversation, investigation, and combat, where every choice you make has consequences. Towers of Aospa. Towers of Aospa is an open-world fantasy experience where players must balance between constructing bustling villages for their growing tribe and nurturing beautiful ecosystems of otherworldly plant life. Express your creativity by developing your island however you'd like, explore the whimsical land of Aospa, and connect with friends to show off your unique world.